Good morning. This is Homebody. Y'all should guess what today is. Give you a couple seconds. Guess what today is? Today is Monday. And it's 8:45. And I should be at work. But I'm not. I am off today. And not because I planned to be off today. So I'll tell y'all the story. Yesterday, I woke up and before I can even open my eyes, I can hear the rain. So I knew I wasn't going to be taking my typical morning walk, right? And I really wanted to get out because Saturday, the day before, I had a lot of work to do. So I did a short walk. I didn't typically do like my full hour. I did like 40 minutes because I was in a rush. I had some work to do. So I got out early Saturday, came back, got everything done. I didn't get much, walking in. So Sunday I heard the rain and I was like, well, I made breakfast. I started watching a movie. Face Off was free on the Roku. So I watched Face Off. And I put that movie on right before 10. And it was a long movie. It was longer than I remember. I've seen it before, but it was way longer than I remembered. So it was like 12 something by the time it went off. And so by the time it went off, it was still cloudy, but it looked like it had stopped raining. So my son had came out. I said, hey, we should go take a walk. And I was like, on better idea. Let's go play tennis. Because I remember like holding the remote up to the TV. And I don't really watch a lot of TV lately. I'm on my phone more than I'm watching TV or watching movies. And I remember like feeling like I needed to strengthen my arms. My arms were getting hurt just by holding the remote up, right? So I was like, you know what? Maybe tennis would be a better idea because I can actually use my arms, right? So I was like, you know what? How about this? Let's call Grandma, see if she want to go. So she's like, yeah, I'll go. So she asked my nephew if he wanted to go, and he said no. So it's just the three of us. And I'm like, don't forget, y'all tennis rackets. My son got his own tennis racket. I got my own tennis racket. My mom got her own tennis rack. So we go, and as we're driving, it starts drizzling. So it starts drizzling, and I'm like, all right, if it don't stop, then we just want to go Five Below or something, right? But we get there, and it's still drizzling. I'm like, it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. And there was other people out, like, not playing tennis, but they were at, like, the baseball field or whatever. So I'm like, rain really is not it's not cold. It's just a little rainy. So we go and we're playing or whatever, and I had went like I like to find extra balls. So typically, just like this little area behind the tennis court where you can actually like people can hit their balls over and they'll just leave them. So I like to get extra balls because hey, when you play tennis, you can definitely use extra balls. So I went to go look for some extra balls. Couldn't find any, but we already had balls. Came back when I was going walking to find balls, my mom and my son were playing. And when I got back, my mom was like, all right, y'all can play. I'm tired, So she said she went and started like getting balls for us to play with because we had our own balls. You know how they get scattered when you hit. So she was going to be like essentially our ball boy. So I'm playing like that second or third hit. I'm running. I jump. I fall. I land on my hand. Boom. Boom. I land on my hand and I looked at my hand and I screamed. Okay? It wasn't because I was in pain, but just the look of my finger. Okay? My finger was not like this. This finger was face out. So this finger right here was faced this way. Like it was in a weird position. Okay? Like pointed this way. Like this. Okay? And my son thought I was playing. My mom was like, no. He's like, what happened? What happened? I was like, I broke my finger. And my mom was like, oh, I saw it. She broke her finger. Let's get her to the hospital. My son was like, can I see it? I was like, no. I was cradling my hand like this. So they got everything. They got my bag or whatever. And we started walking to the car. As I was walking to the car, I had the urge to clench. And so I'm looking at my finger as I'm walking, and I put the finger back in place. But it was still like burning and throbbing, and it started swelling, okay? So we get to the ER, and I'm like, there's a line at the desk. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be forever. So we finally get to the desk. My mom gets a seat. She's like, look, we don't need all of us standing here. I'll go get a seat. So my son, you know, he basically had to fill out this paper to sign in, and he had to fill it out because I could not write with this hand. I'm right hand dominant, and my left hand would have took all day. It would have been so sloppy. So he kind of wrote everything out. I'm like, do you know how long it's gonna take? And no, I went to they told me to sit down. As soon as I sat down, triage called me. No, did I go to? No, I didn't sit down. So as soon as I signed in, I went to triage. They took my weight, did my blood pressure. They did the pulse ox, and I said, "How you know how long it's going to take?" to the triage nurse, and she said, "Well, it's been pretty fast. It hasn't been too much of a wait, but I can't tell you the time frame." So I went to go sit down. As soon as I sat down, they called me. They said, "We got your room." So I got into the room. My son went back with me, and he turned the TV on. As soon as he turned the TV on, I swear it wasn't even sitting there 5 minutes. The nurse came in, what's going on? And I told her what happened, and she said, do you smoke? No. Do you drink? No. Substance use? No. Are you depressed? No. She said, do you wear glasses or contacts? I said, yes, I have contacts in right now. She said, did you get your COVID shot? I said, yes. I didn't get any boosters, but I got the 2. And she said, on a scale of 1 to 5, what's your pain? I'm like, usually it's 1 to 10. You know, that's what I was thinking to myself, but it's not a 5. It's like a 3, right? So she said, okay. So then the doctor came in, and he asked me what happened. I told him the same thing. I told him, I said, it was face out. Like, like that position, it was such a weird position, and psychologically it was going to drive me crazy. On top of that, like I said, I had the urge to like flinch my fists or flex my fists or pump my fists, and just by looking at it, I was just able to kind of just feel it, and it popped back into place. That's all. I can't explain it no other than that. So he said, well, kudos to you. So he said, we're going to get some x-rays. So the x-ray people came in, and he said, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to read the x-ray for you, and then I'll let you know what's going on. So he came back. He was like, it's broke. But he said, I'm going to still have an ortho, like someone that specializes in breaks, to look at it. But then he came back and said, it's not a break. It's dislocated. He said that what he thought was a break was just I guess it was the vascular, like basically the blood flow, I guess. So he thought it was a break, but it's not. He gave me a shot in the hip, basically the butt, it was like a steroid to relieve inflammation. And he gave me a prescription for pain medication. They splinted it, and I'm out of work. Because I want to tell y'all, a big part of my job is typing. Like, I type literally all day. I just can't do it. I can do the work, I just can't type. So, but yeah, it's, well, I guess I can't do the work if I can't type, because the job is basically typing, right? So, yeah, that's what's happening. So it's very interesting, because last week I just had my blood work. I had to do fasting labs for my doctor. So I have a doctor's appointment already scheduled tomorrow morning. But I was still going to be, my plan was to go to the appointment. It's before work hours. Remember I told y'all that's hard to get early hours. I was able to get another early morning appointment for my primary doctor. And, I was planning on going to work tomorrow. You know, that was my plan for the week if I wouldn't have gotten hurt. But I'm going to be out. So I'll still be able to see my doctor tomorrow. I just got off the phone with the ortho that the emergency room referred me to. And that's appointment's at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm going to be pressing it. But I have a 7:15 physical, doctor's appointment with my primary. I guess he'll go over my labs. He'll probably be like, what happened? we'll see what happens from there. And I'll let them know I have an ortho appointment at 8, and then I'll just go to my ortho. And hopefully I'll make it, because it's not in the same medical complex. So hopefully I'll make it on time. And yeah, I'm a pretty experienced driver, but I really don't even know how I'm going to drive without being able to grip the steering wheel on my right, you know. I can probably, like, the only thing about it, I can drive on my left. Oh, this is what I found. This is what I discovered. I was so focused on my right. Come to find out, this, I don't know, I don't even remember hitting this, like falling on this arm. But it's so tight. Like when I bend it, it's so tight. Like I got a shower this morning. I put a bag around this hand. It still got wet, but I put a bag around it. And I was trying to wash with this. Like just bending it was so painful. I don't even know how or why it hurts. I have no idea. Maybe my body tensed when I fell, and it just kind of just tensed this side of my body as well. But what was I saying? Oh, so I don't even know, like, if I can totally drive, because typically I can drive with my left, but it's going to be hard to get, you know how when you want to steer a certain way, it's hard to do it. I would need the help of my right hand. And then with this arm being stiff, I'm supposed to do. So I'll probably have my son take me, but he has stuff he has to do too. So, and I'm just thinking, like, I don't even have that much PTO at my job. I don't even have that much PTO at my job, so the ER, and I forget, it's so funny because the doctor says he's gonna write me out for work. I left. As soon as I left, I remember that I didn't have the doctor, so I had to go back out to the triage nurse that first checked me in, and because they told me I couldn't go right back to talk to the doctor because I already left. So she went back for me, and I said, I forgot to get my work letter, and she said, okay, I'm gonna go back. And so she came back and gave me, she told me to come back to work today. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? Like I'm typing, like I can't go back to work tomorrow with the whole splint on my hand, with no instructions for light duty or any, you know, any instructions besides you want me back to work tomorrow. So she actually went back and wrote me out until Thursday. So that's not a bad idea, because I'll get to see my doctor and the ortho, and they can give me further instructions. But there's a reason why I said that. She wrote me back until Thursday. But, oh, I Googled, and healing for a dislocated finger can take 3 to 6 weeks. And that's with, like, physical therapy and all this stuff. So I don't even know. So I don't even, oh, so if I'm out until Thursday, I don't even think I have 4 days or 3 days. I took a day off, like, last Friday, because I had ordered, I did a video on it, but I didn't post it. I had went to the auction site, and I found a cabinet. Let me show y'all. So I had to go pick it up. Let me show y'all the cabinet, because I actually did not post that video like I had planned. So I got this. This is so nice. Like, it is really like heavy duty, heavy wood. It was supposed to go into my laundry room, but it doesn't fit. Of course, I did not measure it properly, but it's very nice. And I put all my extra stuff in here because I have, like, my laundry area is like so, like, I got so much stuff in there. So I didn't even fill everything up. I didn't even use this drawer yet. This is full. Cat food and litter and stuff. So I had what was here was my deep freezer, and I put that in the laundry room because it fits. It just fits. It makes sense to swap it. But I took last Friday off to do that because we had to go get it. We had to go, like, bring it back. It was a mess. It was a mess because I didn't anticipate it being so heavy. And where I won the auction from was an hour away, so we had to drive an hour there. We had to load it. They said they're not allowed to load, but I guess the person saw me and was like, she can't do it, right? So he helped my son put it in the back of my mom's truck. My mom's car is bigger than mine and my son's SUV. So he helped us push it in. So I'm thinking like, okay, let's unload it. When we got back, wasn't part of that. I helped like push it a little bit, but I wasn't a part of the heavy lifting. So I'm thinking that me and my son could just go ahead and put it in the house. This thing is so heavy, okay? It is so heavy. It doesn't look that heavy in the pictures. I knew the size, I knew like the height of it and everything. I knew the width of it from the pictures, but I didn't measure because it just looked like it fit right into that spot next to my washer and dryer. And it just didn't go, and it's not as heavy as it looked either. So thank goodness a neighbor was driving by, and he went to get a dolly. He strapped that thing on, helped my son get it in the house and everything. So we have good neighbors. Awesome. And also my neighbor, one of my other neighbors is moving out, and she called me and offered me her washer and dryer, and I just got one used. Okay, so my mom is going to get that. Okay, so we have really good neighbors, you know. But yeah, all that said is that yeah, like I don't know if I have to just double check and see how much time I have left, but I don't have essentially I don't really have a lot of PTO, you know. So I'm going to have to look into, at some point, maybe I should do it today. I don't even want to get on that laptop, I really don't, but I need to look and see how much time I have and see if I even have short-term disability to use while I'm out. I have no idea how this is all going to play out. But maybe I should just wait and see what ortho says too. Like, hey, what do you suggest? Like, for someone that uses her hands all day, what should I do? And I work from home, so I can't even go to the office and do something else. I typically have one job. One job. And I can't do it. The other option is I had at my previous position, there was a way that we can actually talk into the computer and it transcribes our voice. But I'm not sure if that's going to be an option at this job. It's similar, but not, you know. Like, the system is totally different. So I'm not even sure if I have a way to say what it is I want to type and have it transcribed. Because there's different places for everything. So transcribing in different places, I don't think it's going to work. So, yeah, that's like in the back of my mind. Not because I remember when I had the fibromyalgia flare up, I didn't know it was a flare up at the time. It's when my whole left side shoulder was hurt. I was in so much pain. And I told myself I would never force myself to work. I would give myself time. But I'm in a different position now. I make less money, and I don't have the job time. Like, my last job, I was there for a long time when it happened. I was like 5 years in. They wasn't, you know, going to get rid of me. You know, nothing was going to happen. This job is different. You know, I haven't been there as long. I know that it's probably still a hard stretch. They're probably not going to get rid of me. But this is a very small team where one person out is like not a good thing, right? So I feel bad, but I also wanted to give myself time to heal. Right now I'm not in a lot of pain because I'm taking the pain medication. The doctor was like, don't wait to start hurting to take it. Take it 4 times a day on time. So he made it clear not to wait. So I've been taking it like clockwork. I've been up since 6 o'clock because I got it at 6 o'clock last night, and 6:30 last night. So I took it then, and then I took it at 12:30 in the morning, and I took it again 6:30. But I had to get up. I had to give myself enough time because you can't take the medication on an empty stomach. So I got up this morning and I boiled a couple eggs, and I boiled them, and they weren't like hard boiled. But I was like, what's taking so long? I just started peeling them, but it didn't peel easy, and it come to find out they're soft boiled. But they were good. They were still, honestly, they were better than hard boiled eggs. But I had one. I got another one still in the pot. But I'm not in a lot of pain because I'm taking the medication just the way he told me to. But I had pain medicine for 4 days. So, I don't know what's going to happen. So between the healing process takes time. But I'm not even sure how much pain I'm going to be in after this medication. After I'm done taking this pain medication. And my mom had a dislocated toe a year ago. And she said that healing process is no joke. She's like, it's not like the injury part. It's the healing part that's going to hurt. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I Googled, and it says that healing process can be you can still feel tingling. Remember I told y'all, like, when I had the fibromyalgia flare up when I got hurt when I was swimming, I felt that the tingles up to, like, it was like, oh, like close to a year by the time them tingles, the tingling stopped. So I'm hoping this doesn't last just as long, but knowing my healing process, definitely it could be up to a year where I'm feeling some sensation, but I'm hoping not. I'm doing things differently. I'm taking a pain medication. I'm glad that he gave me the medication he gave me, because Tylenol does not work. It's never worked in my, even when I was a kid getting cramps for the first time, Tylenol has never worked. It's never worked. I would throw up taking Tylenol. I don't know what it is. Tylenol just never worked. Advil is good, but if the pain gets too high, it won't work at all either. But he gave me Ketorolac. I've never taken that before. Yeah, Ketorolac. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And for my fibromyalgia pain, my doctor gave me. What did he give me? This one. Yeah, my doctor gave me meloxicam. So I have meloxicam for did I get the refill? No. I meant to refill the meloxicam. Yeah, I did. Okay. So my doctor gave me meloxicam from my fibromyalgia pain, just in case I get flare-ups, but I haven't really used it like that. So I have a bottle left, and I had a refill that was due by September the 19th or 14th, I forget. But I refilled it just in case. But I haven't really used it. I think I've used like maybe 5 times out of the whole time, and he prescribed it last September, you know. So it's been a year, and I haven't even used the full first. No. Yeah, I haven't used it in was it 6 months he gave it to me? No, it's been a year that he gave me the meloxicam. I only used like 5 or 6. So I have basically a whole bottle, but just in case something happens, I got the refill. So it won't expire. But I have pain medication, but I'm just not sure how it's gonna work in acute pain. Like if you have a little aches and pain, the meloxicam works. If I get a headache here and there, or if I feel a little achy, I'll use it and it works. But I'm not sure if it's gonna work if it's sharp acute pain. But this Ketorolac on schedule is, I can still feel the sensation. I can still feel this hurt, but I'm not in like any sharp pain, which is good. So it's definitely manageable, bearable. So, but that's all, y'all. I'm just like home when I'm usually home anyway, but I'm usually working. It's Monday morning. I was up since 6. I watched a couple of episodes of Blackish, and then now The Predator is on. So, I don't know. There's nothing else for me to do today. I have my appointments tomorrow. I wanted to definitely get a shower today because I wanted to do it. Number one, I didn't take a shower yesterday after I got home, after I fell. Basically in the rain. And I should have known tennis courts are slippery in the rain. I told my son felt bad. I was like, it's my idea. I would feel bad if I invited you and grandma and either of y'all fell and hurt yourselves based on my dumb idea. So I'm glad it was me and not them. Because my son, number one, like I said, I invited him, but on top of that, he's busy. Like, he got school, he's working, he needs his hands. And my mom, she's older, she takes longer to heal, right? She's supposed to be starting work soon, right? Because she wants to kind of make some extra money. She's retired, but she wants to make some extra money. For myself, I have benefits. I have a job that has PTO. I have a skill set where I can just, this doesn't work out, I can heal and find, like, it's like my income potential is a little bit different, because even if this, like, I had to I kind of just talk myself into healing, right? Because I can find something else if this job gives me a hard time, but I think they'll be okay. I just feel bad because I like to be reliable, dependable. I don't like to take off if I don't have to. And I definitely don't want to be unpaid while I'm out. So maybe I will go on the computer and look at my benefits and see about that short term. Like, if I'm going to be out for a while. Like, just to prepare myself for whatever the doctors tell me tomorrow. and see like how long I can be out, if I can be paid while I'm out, if I'm going past my PTO time. But yeah, that's life. I was telling my son because he felt so bad. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "It happens. I'm okay. I'm okay." You know, I had to keep telling him I was okay. But yeah, my finger was like, I popped it in. My mom said, "I should have took a picture so you can remember." I don't need to remember what my finger looked like. I saw my finger face out toward my pinky. Okay, and that's never happened before. I don't need to see that again. It was a horrifying image. Part of the reason why I probably felt like I needed to flex my finger. I was like, oh my, I mean, I guess it was a couple things. It was scary looking at the way it was, but also I had that urge to just, you know, and pop back in. And the doctor said, kudos to you for popping it back in. He said, kudos to you. That was my quick thinking, but also maybe it probably was irrational thinking about it, but my mom said it's probably not a bad idea you popped it into, because if you would have waited to get to the doctor, it probably would have swelled and it would have probably been hard for it to go back into place. So popping it in on my own before the swelling got too bad was not a bad idea. So my quick thinking, and like I said, my urge to just, you ever hear like women say they got an urge to push? They say when you get that urge to push. I had that urge to do it. Sometimes your body, your brain knows what to do. You don't have to be taught anything. Sometimes you just got to go with that feeling to do it. And as I was walking to the car, they was like getting my stuff together. I had that urge. I looked at it and I was just like, pressed it and moved it, and it just went in. And I've never had a broken bone before in my life. So I don't know how I knew to do it, but sometimes God gives you those inclinations to do stuff like that. And like I said, I'm glad nobody else got hurt. So thank you so much, God. So I'm gonna try and show y'all the X-ray image of what my finger looked like. If it was they X-rayed it, but of course I didn't get that image because it was already put in place. But if they would have X-rayed my finger before I popped it in, this is what it would look like. Because I googled, I said, "That's my finger. That's probably what my finger would have looked like." I gotta find it. It was in my Google. It was dislocated finger healing time, and when I put in that Google, like that picture popped up. Let me see if I can find it. Can I find it again? Dang nabbit. But of course, you try and find something, and you try and find it again. Let's see, dislocated finger. I'm gonna just put X-ray because I don't want to see nobody finger like that. I just need to see like the bone part. Like that was gonna freak me out if I see an actual finger, but just the bone and the under X-ray is fine. I can look at that. Yeah, this is it right here. Of course, not the same finger. I think this is more like a pointer finger, but my finger was basically like this. But it's the ring finger face toward the pinky finger. So it was essentially just like that. It was like boom, and not like you're pointing that way. It was like it was so weird. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go ahead and upload. I don't have anything else to do. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video. And I'm not sure if anyone watched my last video about the kitten. My son decided to adopt her. She's a little bit of a terror. She terrorizes my baby cat, my big cat, okay? She likes to bite him. She likes to like chase his tail. She pokes at him while he's trying to sleep. He's on my bed right now asleep. Okay? That's him most of the day until she comes into the room. She's a mess, but she is so cute and a bundle of energy. So he decided to adopt her. And she's in his room right now. So I guess at some point he'll let her out and she'll be back to messing with my cat. But yeah, but I'm not sure if anyone watched that video. I did not check if anyone left a comment. I'm going to check it right now. My tablet. So I have a tablet that was giving me problems. I have a new tablet that's giving me problems. It's a no-name brand tablet. My last one was at least a name brand one, but it's still giving me problems because it keeps running out of space, right? So it just makes my desire to use it less, so I don't really get on as much. So uploading videos or looking at comments. So I'm hoping no one left me a comment, but if you did, I'm going to look at it right now and respond. But take care, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see you. Bye-bye.